You are talking about the nonsensical ravings of a lunatic mind.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!
He's looking at you, kid.
What we got here is a failure to communicate.
You could ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Welcome, everybody, to the first annual People Are Idiots podcast. It's myself, Gio, Jerry. It is July 28th. And we're broadcasting from Keaton Studios, or it's Eating with a K, I've been told, Studios, Keating. And basically what it is, it's a basement in Bricktown, and we're on three lawn chairs and a bumper pool table. So thank you, Jerry, for the accommodations.
It's a furniture piece. It works out.
Jerry, it's nice here. Yeah, and I have a half a cup of tap water, and it tastes like shit, so thanks. So
I topped it off with tap water. It was mostly bottled water, but we had 2 cups and 1 bottle of water. I had to split it between the 2.
And George is spitting fucking sunflower seeds like that gun from Predator before the black guy died. That's how so that's how fast they're coming out of his mouth. So we're here to basically talk about how fucking dumb we're becoming as a society. And, you know, I want to call people out on their stupidness and how we just refuse to follow logic anymore.
Did you say people are idiots or people are stupid?
Well, it's the People Are Idiots podcast, right? Or is it People Are Stupid?
It's the People Are Stupid podcast.
All right, see, I'm stupid because I can't remember the own fucking Facebook page that I created.
The name of the page.
So, anyway, I'm watching this show on HBO, and I'm pissed off 5 minutes into it, and I want to punch fucking the TV. They go to this high school, and they talk to a gym teacher, and this is basically talking about how we're fucking coddling these fucking baby kids now in this world. They go to this gym class, and these kids are jumping rope, and they're just making the body movements of jumping rope. There's no rope. So they're asking the gym teacher, why are you doing this? And the gym teacher's reply is, well, we want everyone to be equal. We don't want someone to be better at jumping rope than the other. So basically everybody wins. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm fucking tired of this everybody gets a trophy bullshit society we live in.
You know, I have seen 8th and 9th place ribbons. Like, it's getting out of control there. I don't even know what the color code is.
Where can you even have that custom made? Like, who did you have to pay to make it 8th and 9th?
It's a retard fucking store. That's where you get that made.
Yeah, it says retard store right above it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it says the last place store.
8th place ribbons?
I've seen an 8th place ribbon. I've seen a 9th place ribbon. In fact, I saw a cheerleading contest with a bunch of, I don't know, probably 3rd or 4th graders, and everybody got a ribbon, and it was the same size as the first place team. I'm telling you the truth.
When did it stop becoming important to teach kids about real life and failure? That sometimes things don't work out and you don't win all the time. You don't always get a trophy. When did that become bad?
Well, Jerry, the problem is that there's too many kids right now that are crying because they're not the best at whatever they're doing. And they have to reward
sometimes
them.
real life is disappointing.
Well,
Does that not happen anymore?
Well, yeah, right. But you know what? Some people need to have that 7th place ribbon. Makes them feel good. It's sitting on their mantle, you know, next to Dad's first place trophy when he was a kid.
Well, this is what gives me crazy.
It's like Meet the Fockers when he has that whole. His parents have that whole setup of all those subpar trophies and the honorable mention shelf and all that stuff because they didn't want him to feel disappointed.
Well, I wanted to punch my friend and his wife in the face the other day. I was having a conversation with her, and my friend has a couple of kids, and every time this child does something great, the mom buys him a trophy. So I don't even have words to describe how annoyed I am with that. Why do you get it? Listen, when I was a kid, you got a trophy for first place, and if you didn't win first place, go the fuck home and practice, and if you still can't win first place, find something else to do.
Yeah, like
that's it.
Disappointment teaches you how to either not do that anymore because it's not for you, and you find something else that you're good at, or maybe it makes you realize that practicing and hard work will get efforts, not just showing up and spelling your name right.
So you're telling me your friends, I guess it was, you said?
Yeah, my friend and his wife.
So
not going to say their name.
If their company, that's fine. If their company coming over and mom left her dildo out,
right.
And the kid puts it away, he's getting a trophy.
Yes, he gets a dildo trophy.
Perhaps the dildo trophy might not be the way to go. I might not be teaching him the best It might turn him gay, is what I'm saying.
Well, he's already going to be gay when you get a trophy for fucking vacuuming the
Well,
carpet.
then they should give him the dildo trophy because then it's fitting. He doesn't have to come out.
Off the rug.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a trophy for cleaning your room, you're going to grow up gay because it's just gay to get a trophy for everything that you do in life.
Can you imagine that kid, 15, 16 years old, bringing his first date home?
Oh God!
And she goes into his bedroom. This is where I sleep.
She might like the dildo trophy.
Oh my God!
She'll like
she
that.
might see the first place dildo trophy, which might be the only first place trophy that he has at that time.
And maybe he'll get a trophy from her if he fucks her right with the dildo trophy.
Could you imagine that?
No.
The possibilities are endless. Maybe they're not going to make him gay. I don't know.
Can you battery operate your trophy?
Oh God! I'm
imagine
sure those
that?
mothers do because there's no way they're getting fucked properly if they're buying their kid a trophy if he vacuums the carpet. It's annoying to me how as a society we are becoming this just pussy whipped. I deserve everything just because I'm alive. I don't have to work for anything. Society. People are becoming completely afraid of failure, and that's why I think people are fucking dating on the internet because. You can create this fictitious character. It's kind of like cooking a resume. You could put this guy out that you claim you are, and you're going to hope that some fucking female is going to like the fake person that you're putting out, and then she's going to put out a fake person on the internet, and she's going to create this fictitious person. Then you're going to go on a date and realize that you're both a bunch of fucking morons, and you're just going to go through this vicious cycle where you're just going to be alone forever.
These are the same people that are 250 pounds that put their body type as athletic.
People are really liberal with that. I've noticed.
I play softball. I catch.
Well, the thing is, I look through these match profiles, right? And my friend's on Matched, and he's doing it for completely different reasons. He's doing it because it's a cash cow to get laid. That's all it is. Because it's like taking candy from a baby, these fucking places, because these women are so goddamn desperate. Look, listen, how desperate are you that you have to go on the internet to find a date? If you can't get a date by going out and saying hello to someone, you're a fucking retard.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't think people really. It all comes back to being afraid of confrontation. People are afraid of well, this could branch off in a million directions. They're afraid of confrontation because they were never taught about confrontation when they were kids with the trophies for doing nothing. And yeah, that's.
It's not only the confrontation thing. It's this when you grow up as this coddled kid, right? And you're getting a trophy for everything that you do. You expect everything handed to you. So when you see these women with their profile where they're expecting a guy to have his master's degree or his PhD, and they put in a salary requirement of $150,000, that's these females actually think that they deserve this just because they're a female and they're alive. God forbid you date a guy who makes $35,000 who might be a nice guy, but they'll watch the movie with the nice guy that works at the fucking boat dock that loves his fucking girlfriend. They're like, oh my God, why can't I have a guy like that? Well, that's because you want the guy with the PhD that makes $150,000 a year who's a fucking dud socially. Yeah, you know what I mean? They want everything. I think they're so fucking retarded. They want everything.
Yeah, you can't have it all. You can't have it all. And yeah, I don't understand. Like they want the movie style, fantasy relationship, but you're not going to get that from the guy with the PhD who makes all that money.
Now, the PhD guy is going to be sitting at home reading a newspaper. That's what he's going to be doing.
Right. And she's going to be cashing his checks and then fucking her personal trainer.
He'll be sitting at home.
That's what happened with that.
That's why I became a personal trainer.
Watching the History Channel, doing nothing, solving Rubik's Cubes. That's what that guy does.
Well, the problem is there's no flip side to this. Like, I'm looking at these profiles that these twats are putting on there, and they're asking for PhDs, they're asking for $150,000, so why can't I put on a profile saying, well, this is my PhD, this is my $150. I want you to take it in the ass. I want your girlfriends to come over and suck my dick with you. And that's my equivalent of you wanting the PhD and $150,000. I mean, why is that so completely unacceptable?
It's not unacceptable, it's just that it's different. And that's it, and it should be acceptable.
But if I put that on Match, I'm kicked off Match within the fucking 3 hours. But when these dopes put on Match that they need $150,000 a year and a PhD, they're like, well, that's just what I need to live my life. Well,
I'm going to put on there that I need a minimum C cup.
There you go. See how that goes for you.
I think that's a good idea.
Then you're an insensitive fuck because you won't date a
girl
girl
with my body type as athletic. What's the difference?
That's actually a really good topic, and I had a lot of issues with that because I've done some internet dating, and there's a lot of liberal terms with it. Just because you exercise, whether it's good or bad, regularly, doesn't mean that you are allowed to list your body type as athletic. You put your body type as athletic, and then we meet in person, and you're way above average below average rather. Where did that happen? Why should you be penalized?
I think that walking out to the mailbox shouldn't count as athletic.
It's not just because you exercise doesn't mean your body type is athletic.
Well, this is the thing.
And even like with just putting average, I think average has become
No,
Pretty-
average is chunky.
Average is fat now.
That's the
Average
thing.
is fat now. That's the thing. Like these girls, they drive me crazy. And listen, I'm gonna bash guys too. So just if you're a fucking female out there and you're pissed off, the 4 listeners that we have on this fucking podcast that are probably females, don't worry. I'm gonna get to how guys are becoming pussies too. But this is the problem. Girls don't understand that there's certain leagues. Like for example, if I saw a girl as hot as Salma Hayek out at a bar, I'm not going up to her because I know she's way out of my fucking league. But the girl who's 5'1", 160, and fat, and drives her father's BMW and works at the tanning salon, thinks that she should get the guy who's a fucking 8 or a 9, who's ripped, who's in good shape, who makes $150,000 a year and drives the Beamer. She thinks that she should get him. She doesn't understand that that guy is not in her league. But that doesn't register in a girl's fucking head. But why does it register in mine? That I know I can't get Jen Aniston. I know that. And I'm not even going to attempt it. But a female that's fucking fat and overweight, that's below average, thinks that she can get any guy because she has a vagina.
It's to the point where they're coddled too many years ago, like we said earlier, and you know what? They're afraid of confrontation. And these kind of people, 5'1", they're going to take their chance because they think they're hot shit and they can get another guy the next day.
But here's now, tell me if I'm wrong here. I think the reason why women play all these games and they dangle the carrot is because they know, look, we're men, we're lions in the Serengeti, right? All we want to do is hunt, fuck, and sleep. That's all I want to do. I don't want to do anything more than that.
That's a perfect day.
That's a perfect day in the Serengeti.
The sun comes out, you get a little tan, right?
Exactly. Watch Discovery Channel. These fucking lions they're all ripped, they're all in shape, they're running around, they eat, they fucking lie and they go to sleep. How great is that? So a girl knows that that's really, in the end, all we want. We don't want to fucking lay on the couch with you and watch fucking The Vow when some fucking woman loses her memory and some dude's like, I'm going to make you love me again. Shut the fuck up. No one wants to watch that. All right? I want you to lose your memory so I can break up with you and you don't fucking call me the next day. Hopefully part of the memory that's lost is my fucking phone number. And the other thing that's erased is your contact list in your iPhone. But anyway, they know that beyond the vagina, beyond the pussy, they have to rely on a personality, which 99% of them don't have. So they dangle that fucking thing. This is what they do. They give you a little taste here, a little taste there. They won't give you the full fucking shit because they know once they give you that, it's over. It's game over. They actually have to rely on...
The extra squirt of perfume.
Right.
The way right.
Right. They have to rely on them being a cool chick, which is fucking a rarity because they're all mostly your dunce. So they have nothing else to offer. So like, fuck, this is my golden child down here in my pants. As soon as I give him this, I'm done. I have to rely on who I am as a person to entertain this guy, and usually that doesn't last long.
Well, that's why you get a blowjob first night.
That doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. Oh my God. So I mean that's the thing that annoys me as far as these females, where they think that they are God's gift. They are God's gift, and guys should bow to them. But why? They're not. What do they really have to offer other than getting laid? Look, if you couldn't fuck females, right? If you could fuck trees, where would we all be? In the forest.
I'd be a
no
squirrel.
jobs. No jobs. We'd all be hanging out, and the world would probably be divided. There'd probably be women on one side of the earth and men on the other. Because
I'd be a park ranger.
The good thing is I wouldn't have to buy a ring for the tree.
There you go. Please. Can we get into this ring stuff? Can we talk about it? Because what rule did you follow, George, when you bought the engagement ring? Because I'm telling you right now, this whole 3-month salary horse shit is making me nuts.
3 months salary.
From what I understand, the new rule is 3 months salary. Because if that's the case, now if I was ever going to get married, I would quit my job, work at Walmart for 3 months, and then use that equation to buy the ring.
What if you're on unemployment?
$500 a week times 3 months. That's still a lot of fucking money.
What if you're on welfare?
You're probably
Well,
I see welfare guys driving Beamers, so that doesn't make any fucking sense.
What if your expenses are more than your income?
That's
Does she owe you a thing for 3 months?
Welfare
But
guys
George,
driving
what rule did you follow when you bought this engagement ring?
Look, for me, because I'm married, the other two, you guys are single.
Yes, very.
For me, it was very easy. My wife wanted her grandmother's ring. I said, this is so good. I said, you know what? Not only did I luck
sweetheart.
out.
I mean, I wanted to buy your ring, but this is much better.
I would have dug my grandmother up for that fucking ring if she wanted it.
Well, she was alive at the time.
We're going to exhume you
If
real
she was
quick.
dead, I was getting a shovel from Home
Let
Depot.
me tell you what happened. So I had to figure out. No guy knows what the other girl's ring size is. Let's just make that clear. I don't know even what my ring size is. I have no clue.
I have no clue.
Never even know.
You gotta go to a ring sizer.
How did you figure that out? Like,
I went to I have a ring sizer.
But how do you get
a jeweler?
How do you get her? Oh, and how do you surprise her with
All right,
this
so
stuff?
now what I did is I went into
fascinating.
her drawers and shit, right? and I found a couple rings that she likes to wear. So I said,
Okay.
okay, you know what? Let me take this ring to the jeweler and find out what size it is.
Makes sense.
So I took Grandma's ring, and I said, oh shit, the Grandma's ring is too big. Can you make it smaller? My father-in-law knew the jeweler, so I got that for free.
So how much is it? How much total investment in this ring?
The gas money to go to the jewelry store and back.
Now, is it her grandma's ring or
It's
your
her
grandma's ring?
grandmother's ring that she got from whoever. I don't care where she
What
got
a-
it from.
why can't
Look,
we all have
I
that?
know, all I know
That's
is I saved approximately
grandma's last gift for you.
$8,000.
Right.
I saved $8,000.
Right.
And you know what? I bought other shit with it, and that's fine with me.
But where? What? Who made? Some dumb woman had to make up this rule.
Oh, it's not a guy rule. It's definitely a
No.
girl.
And
It
when
has
did
to
this
be.
start? And then here's the thing. Okay, how about this? How about 3 months salary? Let's go on averages. You make 50 grand a year, 1,000 a week, 4,000 a month, 12,000 for 3 months. Right? Quick math. I gotta spend. That guy's the guy making 50,000 a year. If he lives in Jersey, is just fucking hanging on by the skin of his teeth. Number one.
Sure.
Number two. We're talking post-tax money here, 12 grand. So that's really 5 months' fucking salary, all right?
That's
Yeah, so don't even fucking start me with that horse shit. But then now, where's my $12,000 present? Because
It's not like she's gonna buy you like a Kia. You know, I mean, what do you come
I
on?
want a Hyundai accent. It's
Yeah,
my
nice little
$12,000
red Hyundai
present.
accent.
Aren't
Maybe
men
just
and
get
women
the
equal
windows.
the accents
I
are
thought-
terrible. But no, seriously, tint the windows in an accent.
Oh, put some rims
People
on it.
do
This shit look
that.
hot.
People-
Oh my God, people put rims on those shit cars.
Oh,
The rims
I see
cost
them all
more
over
than the
Lakewood.
car.
well, that's Lakewood for you.
Oh,
But
my
wait,
God.
hold on. Don't get off track here. I want to know where my $12,000 gift is, because you know damn well when that marriage goes south, because statistically, over 60% of these fucking marriages are going.
You're
She
not
takes
getting
that
that ring
and
back.
runs.
You're not getting that ring
Right,
back.
and here's the problem. That ring never depreciates. That fucking diamond, I mean, it's going to depreciate a little bit, but she's going to, if you spent 12 grand on a diamond, she could pawn that for 8.
I'm still trying to figure out, because if you think about it, a diamond's like a mineral,
Yeah.
right? How is that mineral worth $11,000 or $12,000? Like that little rock.
It's got to be because of how hard it is to get it out of the earth. It's a supply and demand thing.
Oh my God! Well,
If diamonds were like fucking pebbles that you saw, you know, when you walked on the beach, they'd be worthless.
my
But
wife
because
doesn't know the difference between a diamond, a piece of zirconium, or like shards of glass.
No, you
Like,
got a
they would
good
know.
egg. You got a good egg then.
That's
Yeah,
not
she would've
that's
no
not a
idea.
complaint. You're saying that
Right.
like that's
No,
a
she
negative
didn't.
thing. That's
Right.
not negative.
Well, this is the thing. You see these fucking dopey commercials. This is what I hate about TV. It's always the dumb white guy in the commercial. Always. It's always dumb white guy who is the dope. It's never the dumb female. It's always this fucking guy where they're at dinner. It's the guy and the girl. Everyone's seen this commercial, and they talk about. He gets a picture on his cell phone, and it's a picture of her sister's fucking engagement ring, and like, oh my God, he went to Jared, and I'm like, shut your fucking mouth. The guy's excited.
If I
It's
ever
just-
see
it's in
Jared,
like a
even
little
Jared from
Italian
Subway,
restaurant.
I'm going to punch him in his face. I don't care what Jared it is.
If I ever meet a guy named Jared,
Yeah,
he's
anybody
gonna
named
punch him.
Jared, just stay
I'm
out of
breaking his
harm's
finger so he
reach.
can never wear a ring again. That's what
I'm going to put you to sleep.
So you see that, and the guy's like, oh, he did, and it's this whole fucking thing that's geared towards, hey, guys, this is what you need to do.
You have to do
need
this,
go by
but women don't have to do anything for you. Well, that's the thing. Like you said before, where's my $12,000 gift? Yeah, men and women are equal, only in ways that benefit women. Like, we're equal until we're done with dinner and the bill comes. Then we're not equal anymore. You got to pay for that.
Oh my God!
I've never seen a girl. I never went
Exactly.
out on a date. Listen, I never went out on a date where the girl pulls out her Gold American Express card, says, "Yo, I got this."
I got this. Actually, well, in general, that very rarely happens. I have had that happen.
Well, how about this? How
It's
about
a nice surprise when it happens, but it's not often.
You didn't lose your
right.
wallet, did you?
I don't even have to pretend.
Well, this is what drove me crazy. I was talking to a female the other day, and Jerry knows who this female is. You don't. And
this is
this is
gonna
a
be good.
female who had a particular crush on me back in the day, and another dopey female who's dating a guy who has been cheating on her for the whole relationship, but still moves in with him and thinks that, oh, at least if we fucking, oh, well, look, the relationship is progressing, so if I move in, that
I can
means
just forget about all that.
all the cheating is erased.
That's erased.
Oh, but here's
It's like an Etch-a-Sketch. Just shake that up real
just
quick.
shake the
'cause we got
relationship
the
up,
house.
and it's all good again. You dopey broad. But and the guy is like,
I know
okay, fine, I can
exactly
cheat.
what
You're
you're
going to move in, so on my down nights, you'll suck my dick, and then when I want to go on my dates, I'll go get my dick sucked by Strange, because every guy wants Strange. So, I mean, now this girl is talking to me, and I'm like, well, how are you and your boyfriend doing? She goes, we're on a break. And I go, okay.
What does that mean?
Here's what it means. It means that he wants to fuck other women in his own house. So he wants, because it's become inconvenient for him because she lives there. So he's like, well, how do I get her out of the house so I can fuck Strange? And he goes to himself, I know how to do it. I'm not going to break up with her because I want her on the back burner. See, this is a guy who's already learned how to beat the system. He's beaten the female system. He's cracked the code, this guy.
You're gonna say it's like the people who buy cigarettes and lottery with their welfare cards
This
and
guy's like
food
the
stamp
Darwin of women,
cards.
huh?
They're beating the system.
This guy is the Steve Jobs of vagina. I mean, he really is. So basically,
Is it hitting iPuss?
he's got an iPuss. So he has. He's beating
Is there
the
a
system.
USB adapter for that? Can you charge that in your laptop?
You have can I find the iPuss on iTunes? So he's
got
beating
Wi-Fi.
He's
Got Wi-Fi.
he's beating the system to the point where he's like, I want to fuck some Strange. How do I do that and keep my girlfriend on the back burner? Probably for a couple of months, and I'll just tell her, don't worry, it's just a break, and we'll get back together. And during the break, she's got to move out. I'm telling her, I'm like, what do you think all this means? She's like, well, we just need a break. I'm like, you're full of shit. So she starts going into
She believed that.
She honestly,
Whoever
not just
believes we need a
bullshitting you.
break, and just because something good might happen in this break where I'm going to realize that you're the one for me, and we'll get a break. Why? Why
Who
do you
believes
do that?
It's the same guy who believes when his wife says, I'll suck your dick more if you get me pregnant. And he's like, oh, really? Okay, I'll go for that.
Yeah.
Then he cranks out a kid, and that's all she wanted. So, but wait, let me get back to the other point before I forget it. We'll touch on that other horse shit.
We've got like 3
so-
hours of tangents here.
Well, we're 25 minutes in. We're doing well. So, actually 21. This girl's like, well, why don't we go out? She's like, maybe we should go out and have a bite to eat. We'll chat. I go, oh, I'll go out, but I'm not paying for you. And she's like, oh, my God, do you do this with all your girls? I'm like, no, hold on, whore. Listen to me for a second. We're going to go Dutch. She legitimately says to me, what is Dutch?
Okay, so she's stupid and she doesn't know. Okay.
But how do you, listen, this is what the problem is. These females are programmed. They don't even know what Dutch is. You guys know what Dutch is, right?
Yeah, that's standard operating system on the iPuss.
You know what Dutch is, right, Jerry?
Is it bad? Should I just say yes, or am I going to get made fun of if I
Okay,
really?
you
You just don't know.
I might not know the
just
term.
don't know. I know
Okay,
it.
you might not know the term, but you're gonna know the theory. Dutch is when you pay half, I pay half. That's Dutch.
I like that. That's
going
why
Dutch.
have I not been doing that?
And I said to her, so I gave her the benefit of the doubt. She goes, what's Dutch? And I'm like, oh, I got a dummy on my hands. So I'm like, Dutch is when you pay half the bill, I'll pay half the bill.
None of this bullshit. I'll pay the bill and you leave the tip.
Right down the middle. Fuck you, yeah. Then they're
I'll
drinking
leave it
fucking
there.
margaritas like it's the cure for cancer. You know what I mean?
The $16 ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. When did that become right? Like, I'm paying, and I'm trying to keep the bill low by having, Bud Light or something like that, because it's $2 Bud Light night. I'll have the $19 sangria. Oh, that's real fair because you're not paying.
Right, yeah,
Thanks
exactly.
for that. Thanks for being awfully considerate.
Well, this leads to me to something else. Now, I'm single, so I can have a little more fun with these ladies than, George. George is married. He's past that,
I'm done.
He's done.
I'm
so
done.
there's this girl at the gym who is an absolute bullshit artist, and all she wants is guys to pay for her, take her out, have drinks, and then so be like, oh, I got to get going. Basically, they want everything for nothing. And I'm sorry. This is the problem with what goes on with dating. I'm there because I kind of think you're cool, and in the end, I want to fuck. Right? That's basically it. And she's there thinking, how can I get a good dinner, have some drinks, and not fuck him that soon?
And
Again,
bounce.
And bounce.
Again, men and women are equal in ways that only benefit women.
So in a girl's defense, she doesn't want to give it up too fast, which is fine. But in my defense, I don't want to spend too much fucking money before I get to drain the poison. That's the bottom line. So this girl...
Can you give me a budget? How much is this going to cost
Right,
me? Let me
because
know
I'm
ahead
paying
of time.
for it in the end anyway.
Yeah.
So this girl's like, why don't we go out and why don't we hang out? And she goes, why don't you get a hotel? And I'm like, listen, First of all, you're stupid. Second of all, I said, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, let's just get this out of the way.
Let's get this
real
out of the
quick.
way. You're stupid.
You're dumb.
Second, how about this for an idea? Why don't we go to dinner? That's fine. And I'll tell you what, I'll even pay. But here's the deal. Before we go to dinner, why don't we meet at your place real quick? I'll pick you up, but I'm going to come inside. You're going to blow me, and then we'll go to dinner. This way, when I pay, I prepaid, actually.
It's like a security deposit.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
You gotta put
And
that-
I don't want
put
my
that-
fucking
put that
load back
forward.
that I've deposited in her
No,
fucking
you
face.
you keep the deposit.
Yeah, she keeps that. But that's what's happening, and I'm like, and then they look at you like, oh my god, that's disgusting. Really? No, I think it's disgusting that you've gone out with 4 guys this week, and they've all dropped $75 on your fucking ass, and you've went home and played with your fucking vibrator, and none of these poor guys got laid. You know,
That is
like,
disgusting, and that's awful. Don't get me wrong. Like, if I'm able to take someone out for dinner and pay for it, I think that's a nice gesture. I like being nice, but at the same time, like, there has to be some semblance of fairness somewhere in there.
no,
somewhere.
not with a female.
And the
somewhere.
fairness can't be 2 months later.
No, that's
They're loading
bullshit.
dinners.
That's high school
You
bullshit.
might as
like-
well bring in a Taco Bell if that's going to be the case.
Exactly.
Get a couple chalupas.
But then you're a cheap fuck at that point. Well, because
Snack wrap, McDonald's snack wrap.
Well, the problem is
They're really, you're gonna like
Egg
it.
McMuffins.
It's filling.
we got to understand. We live in Jersey. You know, all these girls are daddy's little girls who are given cars, given money. So how do you compete with that? You have to. They want you. They think you're going to take them to good places, and they don't have to put out for it. That's bullshit. I thought what's the give and take? It's just amazing to me that.
But we allow that to happen. It's
That's
it's a
guys are fucking
guys are
faggots.
stupid.
That's the
Yeah, guys
thing.
are pussies about that, though.
Guys are
that's just it's like a domino effect from their whole life, from kids. I mean, just that happens to be
Well, God, here's-
women, but like they're coddled as kids. They get the 9th place trophy. They're jump roping without the rope. They've never seen or learned about disappointment, so they get this sense of entitlement. It continues throughout adulthood, and now they think that a guy should always. Men and women are equal, but guys should always pay for my meal. I'm never going to be let down. When does it ever happen? We're continuing it.
Well,
When
I'm
do-
not
when do we get to see
continuing
real life
it.
disappointment?
I mean, because I say what's on
I
my
mean,
mind.
we in very liberal.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right, right.
yeah.
Sense of the
But
word.
I see
general.
guys are pussies about that. I see it on Facebook all the time.
I know. I have been.
They go right to their posts.
Oh.
I love my girlfriend.
I got the
love
best
my
girlfriend in the
schnuppy.
world.
Oh.
Only because she's seeing that and her friends are seeing that. And
That's the only reason. It's
that-
just like guys that go, where they take a picture of him and his daughter. Like, this is a typical fucking, look at me, I'm such a great guy. You have the single father, because most of them are single anyway, because relationships don't work. Hello, there's a
And
little
the
hint.
girl usually leaves him.
Right, absolutely.
yeah.
And now this guy's stuck with his kid, okay? Well, not stuck with him, it's your kid. I understand that, you love your child. You're supposed to, asshole. When you
don't-
have a kid,
That's
you're
right.
supposed to love him.
Don't go on Facebook and rate your status.
Right.
I
Look at
love
me.
my kid so much. My kid means the world to me. Listen, faggot. Hold on. You're supposed to love your kid.
Right,
You're
that's
also
your
so-
job.
You're also
go,
like-
go get an 8th place ribbon.
you don't get a cookie for doing things you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Well, I go to work every day and I put food on my family's table. Yes, what you're supposed
your
to
job,
do.
asshole.
You don't get a bonus for that. That's what you do.
Thanks for doing your job.
Yeah, thanks for doing what you're supposed to do.
See, now I'm going to start on the men bashing shit because...
Well, real quick on Facebook
ahead,
statuses,
sorry.
there are only 2 types. You're either showing off something, you're making something seem better than it is, or you're crying about something that's not as bad as you're making it seem. Nobody puts a Facebook status that says, I had an all right day today. It was either, I had the best dinner with my girlfriend, the best girlfriend ever, or
You're
it's
right.
just
You're
today's the worst day of my
you're
life.
so right. It's gloom and doom.
Everyone give me sympathy. And then ask me what's so bad, but I'm not going to tell you what's so bad.
that kills me!
I just want the sympathy, but I'm not going to tell you what it
Have
is.
you ever seen that Facebook status says, this is the worst day of my life. I hope everything's all better tomorrow. And then someone says, is everything okay?
Oh, I
What's the
can't
matter?
talk about
and then
it.
they go say, I don't, it's too personal. I really don't want to talk
Oh,
about it.
I know,
text,
it
text,
happens.
text me, I don't want to
I
talk
see that
about
twice
it.
a week.
Well, you
Why
fucking
do-
asshole, don't put that on that you're just trying to get sympathy or you're just trying to show off.
Attention whore America. That's where we live. Everybody is a fucking attention whore. And that's what these guys... And basically, guys have become such fucking pussies. And I'm going to bash you fucking men for this. And this is why women do what they do. So I can't be really mad at females because you've given
Cause and
them...
effect. It's cause and effect.
You've given them the stage. You've given them the opportunity to take advantage of you. When you're a guy and you're on Facebook going... you take a picture with your kid and you're like, I love my kid so much. I love spending the day with him. I don't know what I would do without him. asshole, really? Because then all you want is girls to go, aw, look how sensitive Joey is. He must be an amazing man. And they'll like, I heart you. You're such a good daddy. And then you can go, look at all the attention I'm getting. It's such a fuck. It aggravates me to the point where why don't we just use Facebook for what it's here for? Have fun. Reconnect with old friends. Maybe get a couple gatherings with people you haven't seen in 10 years. Have fun with it. Why is it always got to be this fucking look at me or God, I'm so depressed? If you're so depressed, go kill yourself. Then it hurt.
Because it's easy to do that. It's easy to hide on the internet and say really great things or over-exaggerate and make it all seem much worse than it is to get some sort of attention.
There is nothing better than a Facebook mood change. When everything's good with your girlfriends, and then they break up. And then the next thing you know, they're posting these love songs. I miss her.
God.
A Facebook mood
like
change.
These are the same tough guys
I may have done that once. I may have done that
These are the same guys. Oh, no. Are you serious?
Jerry went to the gay zone with a song?
It was a while ago. It was a long time ago.
Oh, boy.
Were you under like 25?
No.
You did that in your 30s?
I may have done that. It might have been.
Did you say 28 or something?
I cut it off.
Right.
Did you lose a bet?
No, here's what I'm getting at. These are the same tough guys that say, oh, I can't believe you kissed your girl out in public, bro. And then, they're saying all this shit on Facebook, but as soon as they get a girlfriend,
oh boy,
they're checking in. They're checking in the nice Italian restaurant down the road. When in fact, they're probably at the place next door, the little Spanish restaurant, where it's like $8 a plate. Because I've seen people do that too.
Are you serious? Do
really?
fake check-ins?
No, everything that's in the area comes up. If you're doing that sort of checking in, you better check out your man card and return it.
Like if you tell your girlfriend, I'm going out to play billiards on Route 9, and you're at fucking Delilah's Den across the street, you're checking in.
That's genius.
But
why did I turn off my location services on my Facebook app? That's amazing.
I thought you were going a different direction with this. I thought you were going where a guy would take his girl on a date, check into the expensive restaurant, but really go to fucking Wendy's. That's where I thought you were going with that.
I was going that way.
Oh, my God, because if people do that, please, I'm going to loan you my gun. Just pull a couple of fucking rounds off in the mouth. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, but you're right about the Facebook stuff. You have guys that, when they're single, oh, dude, what the fuck, hanging out with your girlfriend all the time.
You'll never see me do that.
Yeah, you'll never see me do that.
I'll
and they
never
get a
be that
girlfriend,
guy.
and they're like, I love her so much. What about when they break up? It's the news.
No, they're posting songs.
Not
They're
only
posting
that,
heartbreak songs.
like, oh my God, I can't live without her. Now, asshole, as a guy, don't you know when you break up with a girl, and okay, let's say you break up with a girl and you want her back. I'll give you that. You had a good girlfriend.
I've done that. I've broken up with somebody in the heat of an argument.
You break
make
up.
a quick decision. It's easier to go, I can't take this bullshit anymore. Get the fuck out of my face.
Right.
Let me ask you
but
this.
then you're like, the next day you're like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I had 5 beers and called her a whore. That may not have been the most correct choice of words. I can understand why you're upset. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you this. When you're going on Facebook later on today, and you scroll down, you see one of your friends, and it says, Joey's relationship has changed to single. Do you smile when you see that?
I do. I post attaboy.
And you know what I do?
I always post attaboy.
Is it bad to like that status? Is
I
that
always like it.
inappropriate?
But the thing is that, well, do you like that he's single? Do you like that he broke up with them?
All the above.
It's all the above.
All the above.
But when I see that, I kind of
That's a good
smile
day for
a
you.
little
You
bit.
shouldn't feel bad for that, man, because you're ruining his day.
I don't smile, oh, Joey's now in a relationship. When it goes from something complicated, anything like that, once it goes up, that's stupid. You know what complicated is? A single guy that's jerking off all the time with a broken hand. That's complicated.
You can't go lefty. It's terrible lefty. I hurt myself lefty. But wait, but before I forget this point, when the guys break up with the girl, right, and they're upset, and they want this girl back, okay, I'm going to go as far as giving you that. But do me a favor. Call her. Show up at her house. Knock on her door. When you put it out there on Facebook that, oh my God, I love her so much, I don't know what I'm going to do without her, guess what you've given her at that point? All the power.
Ammo.
She has the power now. But that's it. It's over.
He's right.
You've
He's
given
right.
her the
He's
power.
right. No, he's absolutely right. I was trying to make a different point on
Go
that.
ahead.
It still goes back to, in a similar sense, that people are still afraid of confrontation. They'd rather put some general statement on Facebook or send you a text message rather than just say it to the person's face. Just fucking say, call up and say, I'm sorry I did that.
Right.
Guys are pussies.
But don't put it on Facebook and go, I hope she sees this and sees that I, said this to everybody, that must make me look good. What point does that serve?
Because they're such pussies, they come up with this. They think this ultra sensitive angle is going to make the girl go, "Aw, do you need someone to talk to?" And really, it's just basically what these guys want. They're such faggots. I know. I'm trying not to say faggot on. I'm sorry. They're such pussies. For some reason, people have the problem with the word faggot. But you know what I mean? Like, we were using faggot when we were 5 years old, and I didn't know it meant some dude sticking a fucking fat cock in some other dude's ass. I didn't know it back then. So if you're gay and you're listening to this, I'm not going after gay guys. I'm just saying, when I was 5 and somebody was acting like a faggot, I said, stop acting like a faggot. I didn't know at 5 it meant stop acting like a guy who sticks his fat dick in another guy's mouth. I didn't know that.
We weren't aware of what the application of that word was. Words aren't bad. It's the so meanings people attach to them. And words that used to be okay to use, that's a totally different subject. Words that used to be okay to use are now bad because people attach a different meaning to them. Well, I mean, like the word retard.
Oh,
that used to be an acceptable definition or term.
Yes.
It is. It is acceptable.
It's very acceptable in my vocabulary.
But it's not now. It's not now.
No, because here's why it's not. Here's why it's not funny.
What are the letters in the organization, the ARC, the Associated for Retarded Citizens or something like that?
Right.
If the word retard was so bad as people think it is now, why don't they change their name?
Yeah, well, it's not AFOC. It's not Association of Fucked Up Citizens.
Well, the thing is, you know what's funny is everything's funny until it affects you personally. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you're a parent with a retarded child. God forbid you make a retarded joke in front of that parent. It's completely unacceptable. Why? Because your kid's missing a chromosome. Now nothing can be funny about retards.
And these are the same. And these are the same people. These are the same people that drive these red minivans, and they have a little bumper sticker on the back of their car that says, "Oh, I support retarded people," or "I support gay people."
Or my kid made the honor roll. Oh, I could give a shit if your kid got straight A's.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
My kid is an honor student at Intermediate
I'm very happy for your kid.
At Intermediate East. Yeah, but you know what's funny is they don't put the other part of it that your kid's an honor student, but he's in track 5.
Well, wait. but does making the honor roll even mean anything anymore? If everybody's getting a trophy, if everybody's getting a 9th place ribbon, why can't all kids make the honor roll now? You're distinguishing
That's a good
between.
point. How come
that's discrimination.
How come every kid doesn't get an A?
Yeah, well, the kids who don't make the honor roll, they're going to feel bad. They're going to feel disappointed. It's going to ruin their school experience. If you can get a 9th place ribbon, if no child left behind. Every parent should get that bumper sticker because every kid should make the honor roll now. Well, they're going to feel bad if they don't make it.
You know what I think is out there, which is different than when we went to school, and we're not that old. I don't think a lot of kids fail classes anymore. I don't see it because
no child left behind. I think a lot of them should be left behind. Have you been through Asbury Park and Neptune lately? You should leave a lot of them behind.
It's okay to go to 7th twice. It's okay.
Well, listen, I mean, I'm the king of earth science until I was a senior in high school because I couldn't fucking pass the class because I was a jerk off and didn't care. But when it came to the time where I was a senior going in class with freshmen and I was like, fuck, I gotta graduate.
This doesn't look good.
You know, and thank God to Mr. Gedris for fucking passing me. You know, basically he sent me to wood shop every day because I was an advanced wood shop, but I was in earth science, which really makes no fucking sense. But, you know, I don't think kids fail anymore. I think, God forbid, because you know why? These parents will be at that fucking school, and they'll be like, why is my kid failing? It's the teacher's fault. It's never that fucking kid's fault.
20 years ago it was. 20 years ago it was the kid's fault.
Absolutely. It used to be the kid's fault.
I used to get the shit kicked out of me. I got a D?
Oh. Can you remember when they were mailing out progress reports and you knew you were getting a shitty one and you'd be fucking hoping to get home before the mailman got there? Because if your mom saw that, you were fucked.
The parents used to have respect for the teachers, and then because of that, you also had respect for the teachers and adults and authority. But if the parents know they can go down there and just berate the teacher for giving their kid a bad grade because their kid's an idiot, what does that show the kid? That shows the kid that they can't respect the teachers anymore. And then teachers are getting shot and beat up and punched and shit like that.
You know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. And the problem is, back when I was in school, if I came home in like 5th grade and my mom said, teacher called today, I'd be like, oh, fuck. It didn't matter what I would say because she would not believe me. She took the teacher's word. The teacher said, you were doing this. No, I wasn't. Well, you know what? If you weren't doing that, you were doing something because that fucking teacher called the house and you were acting like a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
stop acting like an asshole. Why would she call? Go in your room. Now you're in your room for 2 fucking weeks.
Nowadays, when you go in your room, fucking Xbox,
Oh,
PlayStation, computer,
being
laptop.
punished
Your
is
room is
such a
the
bad
IMAX
thing.
theater now at the Tropicana.
You got your iPad.
How is that punishment?
It's not. I used to.
You want to punish a kid? Make them do what all kids had to do back in the 50s: go outside and exercise and play with your friends.
Oh,
that
boy.
would be a punishment. If these
God
fat kids had to
forbid.
get off their ass and actually go outside and do things and have an imagination and use their arms and legs and fucking exercise.
Okay.
That would be punishment. Go play with your friends outside. Oh my God, I can't do that.
I
gotta
can't
go
do
play
that.
video games. I gotta put a headset on.
Yeah, I gotta check Facebook. Well, I mean, do you remember? I remember coming home from 4th, 5th grade, and my mom would be like, "Get out of your school clothes, put on your play clothes, and get the fuck out of the house.
Get out. That's
Get
right.
out."
Shut
And I
the
go,
door.
"Ma, there's nothing to do. Go find something to do."
That's right. Yep.
Well, there's no one outside. I don't care. Go make up a fucking game. And you'd be out there fucking throwing a tennis ball against a curb, calling it baseball just to get out of the house and exercise. Now, forget it. It doesn't happen now.
No, and that never happens now. Exercise, God forbid, kids actually get out of the house and exercise. Look at the obesity rate in children today. Have you seen all these fat
One of
kids?
3, right? Isn't it somewhere around there? 1 of every 3 children?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Look at the increased occurrence of and diagnosis of childhood obesity and childhood diabetes, juvenile
Oh,
diabetes.
the epidemic we're talking about?
Epidemic.
Right.
Where did that come from? Maybe it came from video games and your kid never lifting a finger to do anything
Never
and jump
moving.
roping without the rope. I think you're burning a lot less calories. It's not the same thing.
It's amazing when they call it a disease when it's really just, how about learning how to put the fucking fork
No, I'm
down?
sorry. Diseases aren't things that you make a choice to do or do not do. Alcoholism is not a disease.
Absolutely not. And we're going to piss some people off with that.
I don't think it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I offend anybody.
You don't need 18 beers.
No, you don't.
You don't.
You don't need
Yeah,
18
but
beers.
At 8 in the morning.
Cancer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Cancer is a disease. Like you didn't choose to have that.
Right.
Cancer. That's a disease. It's a sickness. Now you can accelerate it with certain behaviors, smoking cigarettes, drinking the water in Tom's River, things like that. You made a choice
They
to do
got
that.
rim brick.
But like the guy,
Fucking girl from Jersey.
the guy, the person with alcoholism, they had a choice. No one forced you to have that much liquor. Whereas the guy who's got lung cancer, who never smoked a day in his life, he's not the same. You should feel bad for him.
Right.
It's not the same. It's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
The other one had a choice involved.
Right.
You may have a tendency towards being addictive. You might have an addictive personality where it's harder for you to resist things that are bad for you. But that doesn't mean you have a
Well,
disease.
if you do
It
things
means
in
just work
moderation
on-
also, you'll be
Well,
fine.
that's not.
You know what I mean? No one
I'm
does
Irish.
anything in
That's not
moderation.
easy for me. I'm.
Well, you know what's crazy too? What I saw online the other day, I was reading, and from what I understand, if you take a girl's size 4 dress in the year 2012 and compare it with a size 4 dress in the year 1985, the dress is like 3 times the size.
What do they change the sizes just to make?
They made the sizes bigger with the numbers smaller.
Listen, these women, everybody.
What?
I never heard that.
Yes,
Where did
yes,
that
it's
come
true.
from?
These girls go in. Listen, these.
So she has an average body, like they did on the Match.com.
Exactly.
That's why when they
bullshit.
check off
So,
average
right,
now,
when
when they're
you're-
actually 30
everybody's
pounds overweight,
average
now.
I'm
So-
actually average now. Well, when did average change? The average doesn't.
Well, when your cutie little fucking 16-year-old daughter, that's 5'1", 180, wants to go fucking prom dress shopping, and she looks like a fucking water balloon with 7 rubber bands tied around it.
It's because we're still coddling people. Just change the definition to make yourself feel better. It's like it doesn't matter what the temperature of the room is. It's always room temperature.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Like now, this girl can fit into a 4, so it makes her mind feel okay.
Oh,
Fuck
so
you.
I'm-
Go back to 1985 sizes and make this beast have to buy a 10.
You need to get into a DeLorean, gun it to 88, go back to
Yes,
1985,
exactly. Right.
and realize, yeah.
Well, this is the thing. Like, I go to the gym. And Jerry's an avid gym goer. George, not so much.
What are you trying to say? Trying to say I play Xbox too much?
So, I mean, as he's finishing off his pound of fucking sunflower seeds right now.
Oh, you know what? I'll let you know exactly how many ounces this is.
All right,
It
but
probably is a pound.
So-
6 ounces.
6 ounces.
Do you know how many ounces are in a pound?
No, I
There
don't.
you see?
So, yeah. Well,
I'd
rather not
you learn
learn
about
that
earth
than
science.
have to-
A pint is a pound. 16 ounces. That's the only way I know that.
16
Relate it
ounces.
to liquor.
Right. So I'm at the gym. I'm at the
You
gym,
don't
and
feel
I
bad for me. I
see
got an alcoholic's disease. I'm diseased.
you see these girls, And listen, first of all, I'm going to go on record as saying whoever is the top manufacturer of yoga pants, anything over a size 4 should be illegal. Okay, it's a felony. All right, if you have a size 8 yoga pants, you're not doing yoga. Okay,
there's no yoga happening. Maybe it's
back wall.
No, you're not.
You need to do more than yoga. You're not breaking a sweat doing yoga. That's not going to raise your metabolic rate. You're not going to lose. It's clear if all you're doing is yoga, it's not your. Yeah,
and I don't know what you might be doing yogurt. You're not doing yoga.
Yeah, you're too much yoga, not enough yoga. There should be a weight limit all those clothing.
These are the same girls. I'm going to interrupt you. That say, "Oh, well, this is fat free." While she's basically giving oral to a 12-inch son.
Oh, I know. Oh my God.
These are fat-free snack rolls.
Fat-free. And she's scarfing down a roast beef.
That doesn't mean eat a million of them. Fat-free is also a real liberal term. It's not really fat-free. They get away. Manufacturers get away with marketing things as fat-free, no calories. When in actuality, it does have a lot of fat and calories. It's just your body metabolizes it in different ways. And just because it's fat-free doesn't mean you should have 1,000 of them.
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
Like the Weight Watchers little ice cream things. Yeah, that's great if you have one. But when you're eating them like a box of nerds, you know what I mean? Like, you're kind of defeating the purpose. That's why that whole this is I'm going to get on that whole fucking Weight Watchers point system horseshit. But this is what you need to do. You need to penalize these chicks for being fat, or these guys too. Look, if you're in the gym and you have a 45-inch waist, don't wear a tank top. Please don't wear that. I don't want to see that.
Don't wear the Under Armour shirt that shows every nook and cranny of your horribly disgusting body.
These are the same people that have like bruises all over their legs.
Not only that,
we don't even know where
the Under Armour shirt looks like you actually you're using it to hold all your golf balls. Because it really looks like a bag full of golf balls.
It looks like a bag of shit just really being squeezed together in an awfully uncomfortable way. I don't even wear tank tops and Under Armour shirts to the gym, hardly ever, and I'm in decent shape. I can do that, and I feel bad about doing that. Then I get to the gym, and the 5'3", 300-pound guy
he's got his
who's doing every exercise wrong. I mean, there's nothing right about what you're doing. If there was an absolute possible
legs on the bench press,
it's not even like it's close, but maybe I could give you some tips. It's just whatever the worst way is to do that exercise, that's the way you chose to do it today. The worst thing possible, and.
Biker shorts too, right? They got the biker shorts on.
Yeah,
the tight ones, the 1985 basketball shorts.
And they've got those the new exercise shoe or running shoe thing that's like it's like those socks with all the individual toe things cut out.
What the fuck is that?
People jogging that now. It's like a little slip-on
You look
thing.
like an alien, but you're really barefoot, but each toe has its own thing.
Like a frog.
Yeah,
it does look like a frog.
It's a glove for your fucking feet,
right?
And you run in those. And why? What does that do?
Some idiot that was at the gym, he had these on. I overheard a conversation he was having. One of the personal trainers there. He's like, well, he goes back. When we were cavemen, that's how we were supposed to walk. Yeah, asshole. Until we invented rubber and Nikes. That can't be comfortable. And good for your feet to walk around like that all day.
And the body has evolved since then. Just because something that human race did, 1,000 years ago worked doesn't mean it works now. That's why we have organs in our body that serve no purpose because they were part of evolution.
Right.
But we don't use them now. Like what? Your spleen or what?
You don't need that.
Your pancreas, rather.
Isn't your pinky going away too? They're saying in a couple, maybe 1,000 years, they're saying we won't even have a pinky anymore because we don't even fucking use it.
Keyboard then.
Yeah, but how can you drink your glass of wine like this if you didn't have your pinky?
Oh, you know what? The pinky goes up all the time when you drink something.
Yeah.
When
I'm glad you.
I'll tell you what.
I'm glad you reiterated that because I made the motion that nobody can see
I'm
me.
picking up my phone right now. Oh, I'm gonna take a picture.
Why do the pinkies go
The
up?
pinky goes up when you take a picture.
Why?
Of your phone.
Are you framing it?
Dude, I don't know what that is.
You're getting reference points because everybody now is a professional photographer. By the way,
Because you have Instagram. Now you're
Instagram.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
a horrible picture that nobody ever wants to see. Now you got to put it on Facebook.
Shit about your Instagram. And then they do the thing with their. You ever see the thing where you put your two thumbs together and your pinkies are up like a goalpost? Listen, there's only one thing that's used for. That is for when you size up the size of a girl's ass. If it can't fit in between your two pinkies and the thumbs, her ass is too fucking fat.
I like that.
Move
I'm
on.
going to have to start using that now.
I use it all the time.
I've missed a lot of opportunities.
I think we'll call those
for measurement
parameters.
opportunities. Parameters, yeah.
Parameters, those are good.
I've been using improper
You're right.
parameters.
Like, you know what's funny with this Instagram shit? The thing is everything wants to be the new Facebook. It's almost like they're against Facebook and they want this new thing that's going to be better than Facebook. But that's like, yeah, man, that's cool. Or like, I'm going to go around and take pictures and just post them on my Instagram and put a dopey filter on it and make it look like it's from 1970.
And
First
now
of all,
I'm a photographer.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's from 1970.
Everyone should compliment my pictures. If you take a nice picture, great, but you're not. Chances are you're not a photographer. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, chances are, no, you're not.
This is me getting drunk at the bar, looking like a sloppy mess on Instagram, so it's art now.
And the thing is, now you post it on your Facebook, and now your drunken stupor is on Facebook forever.
Forever
and
all
ever.
Future employers to see.
Forever and ever.
For your children to see later on when you're trying to tell them to not do these things. They say, well,
Right.
you did that on Instagram 25 years ago.
I have your Facebook from now that we have timeline, from 1996. I saw Mommy.
Have you seen the timeline? I can't remember some of the shit that I wrote back in 2007.
No, I can't either.
I'm like, holy shit, I was an asshole.
Well, yeah, no, we're still assholes, but we've evolved as assholes. I think we're just a little...
No, there's
I became a more educated asshole.
what's evolution? What's that? That God created the Earth 6,000 years ago.
Oh, boy.
Maybe that's another day's topic. We won't have too much. There's no evolution. We didn't come from monkeys. If we came from monkeys, why are there still monkeys?
And why do they look...
Who are these monkeys?
Why do they look almost like humans? You know what I mean? It's just
and have 4 fingers and a thumb and opposable thumb. Where did that come from? No,
well,
we didn't.
not to touch on religion,
no
but did you see the fucking thing where everybody knows Chick-fil-A is run by Jehovah's Witnesses, okay? Which these people are out of their fucking mind. Because I love to read a little bit about the religion because I just want to see how kooky it is. And we're not going to touch on all this today, but...
Well, I got news for you. Every religion that I know of is kooky.
Right, but this is where I found it to be fucking crazy. I did a fucking quick Wikipedia on Jehovah's Witness, and other than the fact that they knock on your door and make you want to believe in some dude that floats around in the sky, that to me is crazy. But these people don't believe in blood transfusions.
What?
So check this out. It's against their religion. So if I have a kid and I'm a fucking Jehovah's Witness, and my kid gets into a car accident and he's in the hospital and they're like, listen, he's going to be fine.
If we get 2 pints of blood.
If we get 2, nope, can't do that. They let him die. Are you out of
How
your
can
fucking
you say
mind?
that you love your child if you let
That's true.
you
Look
let
it
him
up.
die
It's
in a
true.
technicality? Oh, you're a real good parent.
Right.
That's a great religion you have there.
Now, I don't know if Jehovah's follow Jesus. I'm not sure. But it's funny how these people put these different twists
Jesus.
on their religion. Like, they like the Bible, but they only want to use rules 4 through 10. Rules 1 through 3 are a little crazy.
I only like the rules that benefit me. The other stuff that's kind of uncomfortable.
I want to believe in more than one guy.
If it's an inconvenience, I'm not doing that.
Well, the thing is that the guy from Chick-fil-A fucking states his opinion on same-sex marriage. Okay, now here's the thing.
And who asked him for his opinion on same-sex marriage?
Right, exactly, because it's against religious beliefs for 2 fucking gay guys or 2 gay women to get married. Look, I don't care if 2 dudes want to get married. If you're a guy and you want to get married and end up getting divorced and lose half your shit along with the rest of us fucking heterosexuals, go right ahead.
I have no problem
Join
with
that fucking club.
I have no problem with that also. As long as they're not telling me gay's the way to go and they're expressing their
You're right.
feelings and their beliefs and they're
You're
trying
right.
to make me change my mind,
Right.
I'm fine with it.
Dude, listen.
Well, yeah, it's a
I'm
do
all for
whatever
it.
you want.
Don't touch me though.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
Don't
your-
touch me.
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
touch my nipple. Don't look at my ass. That's fine. You can come over. You can hang out for a little bit. Don't fucking kiss him in my house.
Right, and be okay if I talk about this. Don't be some ultra sensitive fucking community. Like this is how these guys.
Everybody's offended these days.
Ah!
You know why everyone's offended these days? Because there's money in it. There's lawsuits attached
You're right.
to
You're
being
absolutely
offended.
right.
If you're offended, you can sue somebody to get money. That's the only reason this society
and
has
there's media coverage too.
Media
Media coverage. And let me tell you something. You listen. Here's a little message to you, gay guys and gay women. If you keep having your dopey little parades and crying when someone makes fun of a gay person or says the word faggot, you know what you're doing? You're making your little organization weak. Because if you just let this stuff roll off your shoulder or roll off your back, whatever the term is, and don't let it bother you, maybe laugh along, then you become more like the rest.
Yeah, but people like to be stark and contrast and be shocking, and because that gets them attention. And listen, the parade thing, I don't think, like Louis C.K. says, it's not so bad that they have parades. I think it's great that they have parades for
Right.
what they do.
Right.
We straight people don't have parades.
I want a white person straight parade.
It's never going to happen. That's
Could
racist.
you imagine that?
No,
That's
it's
racist.
racist.
I'm white and straight.
Racist.
Can't do
Racist.
that.
I think that's fair.
That's racist. You
That-
can't. That's a horrible way of thinking. George.
I understand where you're coming from, but we can't. I just like just a straight parade. That could happen, but no one's going to have the straight parade. I want a straight parade. I want a parade for me. That celebrates how I fornicate. I want a parade for that. I think that's really impressive. I'm being discriminated against. I want my 9th place trophy. I want my straight parade. I'm offended, and I'm going to sue somebody and get money because I'd rather do that than work. It's a lot easier.
It is a lot easier.
I want to go buy liquor and cigarettes with my food stamp card also. I think I should be able to do that. That's important.
Well,
those are my rights as an American.
Well, you're talking about
They are your rights.
Talking about the food stamp stuff. What's amazing is I love going to the fucking supermarket and watching this lady pull up not only in her BMW, pay with food stamps. This is great in Newark. I worked in Newark for a while. You pay with food stamps and then answer a text on her iPhone. How the fuck does that make sense? How does that make sense?
She's got a
you got a 7
life.
Series
She's
Beamer.
really deprived.
Oh, you got a 7 Series Beamer.
This really happens.
I swear to God, you have a 7 Series Beamer parked outside the laundromat, okay?
Oh, well, you're not supposed to be parked.
Well, this is the best part. You don't have a washer and a dryer, but you'd have an $80,000 car. But when you go to ShopRite, you're paying with food stamps, but you have an iPhone? Can you tell me what the fuck is wrong with that system?
No, it's...
But there's something wrong there.
There's something wrong with the system, but can you blame the person who was smart enough to abuse it in their favor? How mad can you be at them? Like, if you had the opportunity to do the same thing.
But
because you're an American citizen. You are the generic white
coddled.
You'll never be able to use a system like that. But God forbid we have one of these guys coming in.
I want to be coddled and
I want to.
never left
wouldn't it be great if we
behind.
had a country that we can go to where we got treated as the immigrants coming here? Can you imagine if you can go to fucking Russia and get free medical, steal someone's social security number, grab some unemployment benefits?
Try Lakewood.
Try going to Russia and ask for those sort of benefits. They're going to strip you naked, throw you outside in the frozen tundra, and you're going to get eaten by a polar bear.
Well, how about this? How about if you go to Russia and use the telephone? Is there an option that says press 1 for English? Never. Never. But in this fucking country, it's like I got to go through a 30-second...
Numero cinco, it's always fine.
Exactly. I'm like, come on. Listen, why do we cater? How about this? Listen, I'm all for coming to this country and having a better opportunity. I'm all for it.
We should only cater so much. I mean, you have to make an effort. With that said, there is no official language of the United States. English is not the de facto language of the United States. There isn't one. But it's the most popular, most widely used.
Is there
so
something
we
wrong?
shouldn't cater too much, a little bit.
But how about this? How about if you want to become a citizen, you have to speak the language? Is that bad?
It's not.
I don't think that's bad. It's not asking too much.
But you can't become a citizen until you can speak it fluently. That I get so upset.
I mean, even most of the citizens in this country do not speak the language anywhere near fluently.
Okay, so maybe fluently is a bad term, but how about it's the language? How about we just?
How about understandable?
How about I can speak to you? How about I can go to Per Fanboy and walk into a fucking Quick Check and ask you a question without you looking at me like I'm speaking
There's
English?
There's nothing worse than when you're sitting in front of some Habib in front of you and he's going blah, 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 and you're sitting in line and all he wants is a pack of cigarettes. I just want to get the fuck out of there.
And it's funny. I had this argument with people all the time. Where I was working previously, there was a very big Indian culture in this specific company, and
7-Eleven.
No? It was a better job.
Oh,
a little bit of a bigger corporation. So, and unfortunately, I had to conduct a lot of meetings via email because if I spoke to these guys on the phone, I could not understand a word they're saying. And listen, I understand you come from India, it's different. And people would argue with me, well, it's hard. How about practicing? Because when these guys were speaking, it sounded just like a bunch of Snapple bottles opening. All I heard was clicking and clacking. And you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't understand what the fuck he's saying. But what's weird about it is when they spoke to each other in English, they understood their own shitty English.
Like they got their
dialect.
dialect.
They got it, but I'm lost. I'm like, where am I?
It's a new dialect. Well, there's like a million different dialects in India. They're used to having their own dialect.
I couldn't understand a word they were saying, but I'm an asshole for saying I don't understand what the fuck you're saying, and they get mad at me. When I go, what did you say? And they're like, oh, what do you mean? You don't understand?
Yeah, but at least they're making an effort.
Why do you care?
I don't care, but when you're trying to do a job, and you have to conduct a meeting via email because you can't understand a word they're fucking saying, and you're an asshole for calling, for just maybe making a, saying, hey,
send the email through Google Translate. Maybe that'll work.
Do they have that? Huh? Do they have a Google Translate? What? Oh my God.
It's on the internet.
Well, at least they're trying to speak. You might not be able to understand their dialect or their accent, but at least they're trying to speak like
You have a
proper
point.
English. They're not
You
ending.
have a point.
They're not ending every sentence with "you know what I'm saying"
Oh,
or saying "yo"
Not mean.
at the end.
Not mean, dog.
Not me,
Not
not
mean.
me, son.
Yo. Well, this is like, I wanted to go see, I haven't seen Batman yet, right? And
You
I-
haven't seen that?
I'm going to go, but here's
It's
the
like
reason.
2 weeks out.
Here's the reason. It has nothing to do with the shootings. It has nothing to do. Even though it did frighten me a little bit, it has nothing to do with the shootings. I have to go to a movie theater in North Jersey where, let's just say, there's a little bit of riffraff. Okay? So I know
The
there's an element there. So let's say the first
How
2
big
weeks.
of an element?
Listen, it's a fucking melting pot in this place.
What shade of element?
All right, it's a melting pot. So the thing I want,
It's like brown.
the thing I don't want to experience, what I don't want to experience, I know it's like fucking, it's disgusting.
dark brown.
It's like lentil soup with like syrup in it.
It's like when you were dyeing Easter eggs as a kid, and the last egg you would take all the other colors, mix them in one,
Yes!
and it was this horrible dark green, brown,
Fucking-
black.
and your
color.
mom's like, no, actually my mom would be like, that looks like shit. But now moms be like, that's amazing. That's an amazing idea.
Let me give you a trophy for that.
Fucking dork. So, I didn't want to go to the movies because, first and foremost, I don't enjoy a movie that's extremely crowded. I just don't enjoy it. Secondly, when that movie is extremely crowded, in that area, all I'm going to hear is, yo, Batman is dope, yo. Batman, and people are on their fucking phones. It's the most annoying fucking thing in the world. Like, when I went to school, you learned English. How is it that these kids are coming out of school and they're talking like that? Yo, this, dope, yo. I don't get it. How did this happen?
When did-
Parents.
Well, not
Parents speak that way?
but that's just become the acceptable thing, and it doesn't matter what white, black, any color in between. That's become the acceptable thing. Like ghetto English has become an actual legitimized Webster-accepted term.
So you think
of
it's like
a
this
dialect of
hip-hop environment we live in right now?
It's exactly a hip-hop environment where everybody has to
fucking
say
dumb.
yo at the end of every sentence. Everyone's got to follow every statement they make, even if it wasn't a question. It doesn't matter what the statement they make. It has to be followed by, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Listen to any athlete being interviewed about anything. You know what I'm saying? I got this touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know what the fuck you're saying. You just said it.
You just said it 6
I
times.
heard it 3 seconds ago. I don't need you to ask me if I got it.
So what do they mean? They call me stupid, or old. When someone says, "Hey George, you gotta check out that movie, yo," what does the yo mean?
Where? Yeah.
Like, somebody help me
Is that a
with this.
greeting? Is that
I
an
think-
exclamation point?
I think the yo is just a way of saying exclamation point.
Is that what it
Really?
is?
That's the only thing I can think of. What else could it be?
It's not a formal
Yo,
term that
it's-
needs to be
it's-
in there.
I don't know. My name's George, not yo. You gotta check out this movie, yo.
And how about
I
when
don't know the
something?
obvious.
How about when something is mad good or mad crazy? What the?
Mad sick.
What does
Ma-
that mean? Is
you-
it not good? It's angry.
Is it upset?
It has a personality now, and it's not pleased.
I mean, am I being the fucking old white guy right now, not understanding this stuff? Am I supposed to understand this and
that's
speak
ghetto.
this way?
That's ghetto speak that you're supposed to know now. You're supposed to, and it's not like they're just saying it. It's in text messages. It's on Facebook statuses. It's infiltrated everything.
Got
You get-
mad skills.
With
I
the
see that
Z.
all-
With the Z on the end.
and they
SKILLZ.
Do they
why
think
do you
that's
have
cute?
to spell it like that? Why can't you just fucking spell the word out?
I don't understand. It's not funny to me. I understand when you're on your phone and you're texting to abbreviate. I get that.
Yeah, because you might be driving or doing something that's dangerous. You shouldn't be
most
doing
likely
it,
driving,
but you are. Yeah.
But if you're in front of the keyboard, why can't you just spell the word N? If you're gonna, how about this? And I've been guilty of this where I've misspelled. I've been guilty of this, but what I've learned is, if you're gonna put some big status update down, or you're gonna preach or vent or whatever the case may be, which is fine. I'm all for venting if it's something funny or topical. Run that shit through spell check, please. Holy
There's
shit!
nothing
How
wrong with that. Now
how hard
Facebook's
is
got
that?
the built-in spell check now.
They do.
They do.
'Cause
You
I used to
type
run my
out
shit
something,
through
it's got
Word.
the red line right underneath
Yeah,
the word.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it does now.
Maybe
Go
my
on there.
spelling's better.
Yeah, well, but here's the thing, though. It's become so commonplace that kids these days actually think that the texting common shorthand versions of these common words is actually the way you spell them. Like, I have some,
You are.
yeah, I have some friends of mine who are grade school teachers, and they're grading handwritten essays and papers and assignments from these students, like third grade students, that spell you are. They really
because they've
Dude, that's not
texted.
good.
think
That's not good.
they,
That's
it's
scary.
become so common that they think that's how it's spelled.
So are we doomed as a society? Because this is the next generation coming up. What the fuck happens?
My lawn's going to be so nicely cut when I'm older.
But you know what's scary is this is the next wave of society coming up. Do we, as a society, even coddle even more to accept this bullshit? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we as a society accept someone spelling skills with a Z?
We're going to have to, because if you don't, you're going to offend them. If you offend them, they get money, and then they're just going to continue to be coddled, and that's going to continue to become normal, and that's going to continue to become average, and it's just going to fade off into obscurity.
But how are you going to sue somebody if I call that kid a douchebag for calling spelling skills with a Z?
Slander. Someone will get a lawyer somewhere.
You can't call anybody anything anymore.
I can't call him a D-bag? What if I abbreviate it?
Everybody's so fucking sensitive, and this is this big thing. Like, everyone's got to apologize. Like, did you see that thing? I don't know if you were watching. You know, everyone watches Tosh.0. He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he's a riot.
Did you see the thing where he was
He
made
had
some
to
rape jokes? He had to
yeah.
apologize.
You go, if you're an audience member at a comedy routine, you have to know that if you fucking say something and interrupt that comic's flow, he's going to pick on you for material.
He's going to trash you.
It should all be fair game.
You gave him the right.
You gave him the right by walking in.
Yeah. No, even if you interrupted him.
But if you go into a comedy club,
you should know ahead of time who you're going to see.
If you got red shirt, red pants on, and you're a dude, you're getting made fun of. You gave him the right.
You should know that. You should know that. It's almost like if you go to a show at SeaWorld and sit in the front row, that you might get wet.
You know you might get wet. And it's not like you go... It's not like you go on an open mic night where you don't know who's going to show up. Like, Daniel Tosh is well known. Everyone who's there knows who he is, knows what he says, knows what he does, and should know him or any other comic is going to rip you apart if you interrupt them.
Well, the thing is from what I read, is this was kind of a surprise visit by Tosh, so the people at the show
I didn't
know he was coming, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You're at a fucking comedy club.
Any comic that you interrupt is going to rip you to shreds.
And you deserve it, and it's fucking hilarious. But
you're right.
But everything's funny until it's on you.
Until it's on you.
Until it's on you.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden it's depression.
We'll come a full circle back to Facebook, where you have that friend who, now that he has a girlfriend, and you say, dude, like one of our friends acts like a faggot on Facebook, and I'll type something like, hey man, I guess some homo hacked your Facebook page because it's obvious that some homosexual's making posts and this isn't you. Oh dude, what? I can't talk about my... Dude, what happened to you 2 weeks ago?
Because he's pretending to be someone that he's not deep down inside.
Exactly.
To
It's a fucking show. Yeah, it's all about getting the girl with some fucking show.
That's it.
What happens month 6 when your true colors come out and this bitch can't stand you anymore?
TJ, you're so insensitive. I can't believe you talk to people like that on Facebook.
Well, when the act wears off, that's when the relationship falls apart.
How long do you think that takes for the act to wear off?
It depends on the person. It depends on how much confidence...
What's the average?
It depends on how much confidence they have to go out and have to get another girl should they lose this one. If they don't think that they can get another girl, then they're going to do anything to hold on to it. It could be the rest of their life.
And let me tell you something.
But if they have confidence and know that, okay, if this doesn't work out, I don't have to walk on eggshells all the time, because if this one doesn't work out, I'm a good-looking guy. I've got some confidence. I can actually talk to somebody at a bar and get a date. I can find another girlfriend if this doesn't work out. Then the act it could be a week. It could be one date.
You ever have that group of friends where they always share like each other's girlfriends?
Wait, share how?
What do you mean share?
Like
sexually?
Like
I need to find friends like that.
One girlfriend breaks up with the one friend.
Okay, no, I thought you meant something different. I thought you meant like you bring your girlfriend over to my house and I fuck her while you watch. No,
that's never happened to me.
That's a couple.
You know what? That happened to a friend of mine once. I think it was back in like 90-something.
Well, what I have seen is a bunch of guys that hang out that claim to be friends, but as soon as one of them break up with their girlfriends,
it's like sharks in the water.
One of their friends is trying to date him. Like, where the fuck is the guy code in that?
Bros before hoes.
Holy shit!
What happened
This
to
is
that?
the problem with guys. Listen, men, you're becoming little bitches because you forgot code. There's code.
You forgot.
You're
not aware of the rules.
No, if Jerry had a girlfriend, even if I think she's hot, and she calls me up begging to suck my dick, I can't let her because that's the code.
It's not fair.
I can't allow her.
You can't, because as soon as you break that code, you're a fucking pussy, and you're always going to be a pussy. And it seems what's funny is when you bring this up, is all these guys that lack this code, they're drawn to one another. They hang out with one another because they live in this fictitious.
It's like a code magnet.
But if they live in this fictitious pussy world where they think it's okay to be like, oh, I tried to hook up with my friend's girlfriend, and then a week later, these guys are best friends hanging out.
Yeah, no,
I want
it's
to
not
fucking
right.
smack you in the face.
Only if it's agreed upon. Like, for example, if you had a guy who dated a girl, maybe it was a while ago. Let's say it just
There's got to be there's got to be a statute of limitations here.
There's been a buffer, and the guy,
like murder.
This guy dates this girl. The guy's your friend. He dated her a long time ago. They break up. Years later, he goes, "Hey, remember that girl I was dating? She's single now, and she said she liked you, and then she wants your number. Is that cool?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's cool because you said it was cool."
That's different.
That's
That
different.
is so different.
That's different. And
It's so different.
That happens. That's happened to me. And at first, I kind of felt weird about it. Like, am I being set up? Is he testing our friendship? And I'm like, listen, if you say it's okay, you're both single. It's been a while since you've dated this girl.
How long was it at that point in your situation?
Years.
Okay.
That's fine.
That's
Years.
different.
Okay.
We're talking hours.
I'm just saying, there are exceptions.
They break up at 3 o'clock. He's already instant
Want to go to dinner?
Hey, I heard you broke up with Johnny.
I got mad skills.
Yeah, I got an Applebee's fucking gift certificate. Want to go?
Don't worry, bro. I haven't been inside her in about 24 hours. It's clear. It's like the 5-second rule.
Oh my God, that's the thing that annoys me most about these fucking men is they have no code in their life, and the thing is they get, if they just smell that they can maybe have a vagina, they go nuts. They go nuts. It's it's this drug. It's almost like the guy that ate that guy's face. They go berserk, and they don't care.
What is that drug called
That's
again?
it.
That was called bath salts.
Yeah,
Bath salts.
but
Yeah, I heard that
but
one.
didn't they test that guy after the autopsy
And
and
they said it was
find out there
just
was
marijuana.
only marijuana?
Yeah, so
there was
how hungry was that
marijuana
motherfucker?
laced with.
Get that guy a sandwich.
My
Jesus
dogs are
Christ.
hungry.
I was gonna say those are the worst munchies I've ever heard of.
I know, whatever weed that is, before I smoke it, I am going to have burgers lined up.
That's a different class. That's a different category of hungry. When you're so hungry, you got to eat a homeless man's face. At least, like, choose a guy who's not homeless and he's taken a shower recently.
Oh, and they heat
Without the
shoot his
filthy
face
beard.
up. Have you seen the pictures of
The
that guy?
whole thing is gone.
He's
It's
got
all
one
gone.
eye that still works. The
It
rest
looks
of
like
his face,
fucking Terminator.
he'd shoot his nose off.
He
Oh,
looks.
it looks like Terminator.
He does.
He looks like that guy. He looks like that lady who got her face eaten off by the chimp that was that woman's pet in Philadelphia or
another
Pennsylvania,
right.
something like
Remember
that.
Are
That's
you
dumb.
kidding? Hey,
That's dumb.
let me house a chimp
She looks
that can
great
lift
now.
up my car. So, and if one day,
In case I want to change my tire.
yeah, and if one day it gets mad at me, it'll just rip my limbs off. Did you hear the 911 call with that? Where she's like, the girl locked herself in the car, and she's like, my chimp is eating my friend's face, and she's watching this thing eat. I mean, they're crazy, those chimps. They don't care. They'll just start ripping your face apart. They're extremely strong. Why would you have one of those in your house thinking it's tame? Thinking it's tame. It's like Siegfried and Roy when that fucking the tiger attacked that guy and just ripped his throat out. Oh, someone
Yeah.
scared the tiger. No, it's a
Yeah, Let me
tiger.
drag him away by his throat. He didn't really mean that.
Right, it's a tiger. That's what
they do.
Have you ever seen the Discovery Channel where a tiger has been afraid of anything? You know what I mean? Like, and you think that, and you're just telling me that there's something in the Siegfried and Roy show that spooked the tiger to the point where he just chokes
Yeah, it was
this
the
guy out.
it was the hula hoop.
What the
It's a oh shit.
and now they have to shoot the tiger because he was doing what he has just been instinctively doing his entire life.
Yeah, that's-
eating. Now they had that one at the zoo. I don't know. Someone probably knows this. I don't know what state it was, where these two kids were throwing acorns at this fucking tiger in the zoo. Okay. Now the zoo had this like 15-foot wall or whatever the case may be with no roof. Now this was during working hours. All right. These kids are fucking with this tiger, throwing acorns at it, pissing it off. The tiger scales the fucking wall and starts chasing these guys down. Now, the zoo is open and it's full of people. The tiger is just passing everybody, running past everybody because he knows that he was fucking annoyed by these two fucking retards.
Hey, he's fucking getting him.
And catches them and rips them apart. What do? They shoot the tiger. Why? You're in a zoo.
You made him do that.
You
that's
made him
that's
do
the
that.
reaction that a wild animal has when you do that.
wall?
The dude, these fucking things can jump. They're machine. It's amazing. But it's like the guy who breaks into the zoo when it's
and
closed.
jumps into the bear cage because he wants to give it a hug. and then is really shocked when it rips all his limbs off. Here's
And
one
then they
thing-
got to kill the bear.
Well, one thing I want to say real quick, like you were saying before, why would you have like a monkey or a chimpanzee? Because you know how strong they are.
Right.
Everybody's heard the term retard strength.
Of course.
Right? So if you ever come across a retarded chimpanzee, you better run for your fucking life.
How do you tell if the chimp is retarded, though? they're pretty.
Do
They're pretty.
chimps have Down syndrome?
Oh my God.
Can they?
You better Down syndrome.
You better get in the fastest car and book it out of there because
So-
you're going to grab that thing and flip it.
How would you know if a chimp had Down syndrome? Would he have a really big head? Like it look a little downsy. Like that chimp looks a little downsy because his head's really big and a fat tongue. You know how a chimp would have, because that chimp would just have the biggest cock ever. Because Downs kids have those big Downs cocks. You know what I mean? They have those like Foster's cans cocks.
V8 can.
Yeah, and they're sterile too. So can you imagine just having this big cannon in your pants that shoots nothing but blanks? I almost want to figure out a way to. I want to genetically become Downs, but from just the waist down. I want my normal brain, but I want scientists to figure out how to give me.
You might be genetically altered that.
I want a Downs cock. These things are immense.
A cannon that shoots nothing but blanks. It's like in Predator when that black guy ran out of bullets in that
And the gun
cycling
just
gun.
keeps
And it just keeps going.
That's a Downs cock.
Right. That's it.
That's it. It's an empty Foster's can that just keeps. That's all it is. So, I think
It never goes down.
Yeah, I think
my God.
on that note, we're an hour and 15 in. I think on that note, we might want to wrap it up, unless you guys have anything else to talk about.
I'm ready for the next one.
There's plenty of things to talk about. I'll make notes of some tangents we didn't get to explore. I think we should all do that and then bring
Yes.
that to the table next time. There's like a million things.
Please, guys, put this shit on your friend's page if you like it. Like our page, People Are Stupid Podcast. Go to our page, share the link. We're going to have this thing up soon, and hopefully within the near future we'll be doing a second. So thanks a lot for listening.
Thanks,
if you did.
guys.
Bye, guys.